All right, we are live. What's up? We got Chance Shaw in the building. King of Florida himself.
Something like that.
Something like that. It's exactly that. Don't be fooled. Your legend is growing more than Jeremy Pappy's.
I'm trying for it.
All right. You only got 10 more years of deer hunting to catch up.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's see. I just got the update.
Something like that.
Yeah, we'll go over all the weigh-in details, every last detail. I'm gonna pull up the the Facebook page, and we'll kind of go over every little thing. What's
up, broskies?
What up?
Sorry if you can't see me. I'm in the truck driving. I'm heading home from a gym.
That's all right. Take your time. Take your time. We're just basically gonna be rehashing out all stuff in case anyone missed anything.
I got you.
You know, we go over quite a few things. I got our damn, I need to go get it out the car. I got our new product. We're releasing a new product today. It is the FAL multi-spinner. So you can train like Devin, you can train like all the real elite guys with a true multi-spinner, manufactured by Alpha Whiskey. He does our special FAL yellow and black run. We will have them for sale at the tournament. We'll have all our merch, all our handles, all the good stuff. But yes, we dropping that new multi-spinner. That'll be on the site probably Sunday, but it will be available Saturday. I just got those in stock. Well, let's let this chat build up a little, and then who we got on here? Wiz? Was that Rob Vigin Jr. in a FAL shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
RVJ had a FAL shirt?
I forgot we got him one, right? Or
honorary Floridian.
He bought it. You guys, hey, if RVJ could buy the shirt, Chuck Ryder could kiss my ass.
I still gotta send him his shirt.
Yeah, fucking Chuck Ryder. I'll sponsor him. What up, Wiz?
What up, man? What up, man?
Yes, one of the new FAL MCs ready to prove himself. You do not want to see him at a future event. You just boo him off the mic.
Yes, please.
Yeah, and if you want him to kick ass, which he'll do, scream like crazy. Garage Cleaner and Josh Benelli are in the house. What up? How you feeling about Saturday, Wiz?
I'm feeling fantastic. I got a bunch of my people going up there representing. John over with the Garage Grinders. I think Alejandro, who did pretty good at the last King of Florida, is supposed to be going and representing, so I'm excited.
Alejandro Deza?
Yeah, he's a little short, stocky dude, no hair. Yeah, he did pretty good.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man, it's gonna. I'm just go ahead and shooting the link to anybody and everybody that wants to hop on. Mikey, anyone that wants to get on, but we'll just kind of go over everything. Chance. I think in the beginning and the end of the show, we need to go ahead and start just spewing off all the details for everybody.
Yep.
So if you want to just start going over things from the schedule to the weigh-ins, and then we'll do this again at the end. So it'll be easy to track for anyone wanting to watch it.
Yeah, so we're doing a triple weigh-in tomorrow, which is Friday. Your weigh-in options, the places where you can weigh in at the venue. You can weigh in Jacksonville. Contact Chuck Westbury for that weigh-in. And then you can weigh in South Florida at Chris Ruskakis.
Chris Ruskakis.
I'm having a stroke over here or something.
That's my boy right there.
And you can have you can weigh in at his place. What city is he in, Brandon?
He is in Jupiter, Florida.
There you go.
Yeah, so these are three super honorable guys. If you attend these weigh-ins, I recommend you be on point. These guys won't accept a bribe like I probably would. you know, weight allowance, this is important detail. I heard, I guess, you know, a lot of people are asking, you know, it's called 176 for a reason. If this was up to me, we would have no rules, including at the weigh-ins. So we got to have some structure. Chance, you know, is a firm believer in professionalism, and it's rubbing off on me. So I personally think that despite the no weight allowance, the no weight allowance and the weight allowance are the same thing, right? It seems like an inconvenience, but if you're planning for 179, just plan for 176. It's the same actual thing. You know, if suddenly I said there was 6 pounds, people would want 7, you know, so we're going to have a level of professionalism when we give away this $10,000 at the end of the year. It's going to be, nobody's going to have a thing saying, well, that guy never actually made weight. You know, if you want to be the 220 champ, you're going to hit 220. So strict professional weigh-ins. We'll have a little booth where if you need to strip down, you can. Chance will gladly accompany you into the bathroom butt naked.
No problem.
Yeah, he's handling that. I'm not. You know, it's going to be probably the biggest, craziest event we've had. And the weigh-in time, that's another strict thing. Weigh-ins, they have a window for a reason. We are expecting 300 plus people. We need everybody to be there on time. We need you to go ahead and, you know, get in line, get weighed in. You know, late entry, I believe we will probably not be accepting. We'll try to squeeze anything that we can happen, but you need to plan to be on time. There are no promises anymore. If you're 20 minutes late, you know, it's going to be up to Chance, and he's a stickler. So
if it's up to me, if the weigh-in cutoff is 12 o'clock and you show up at 12:01, then I'm going to tell you to go home. So just show up on time.
We want to build the bracket. The key is this: if we get 300 people here, we got 2 options. We can tighten up on the how we run it, and we can get out of here in 6-8 hours total. That's 4 hours for each of you guys, pro and amateur. Or we can just be lax as hell, keep accepting. You know, every time you do this, it kind of restarts the bracket and you just draw it back a bit. So this is ultimately to keep things nice and running smooth for FAL, for, you know, keep the time you guys are spending at a tournament to a minimum. Let's talk about how the weight classes are, sorry, not the weight classes, the amateur and pro are split up. This is an important thing. It's never happened before. You want to go on with that, Chance, or
no? Go ahead.
Okay, so basically 2 completely separate tournaments. That's how you can look at it. You are if you're an amateur, your weigh-ins are from 8 to 10, and your tournaments from 10 to 2. You are no longer going to be here at 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night, waiting on the pro to finish so you can have your medal and go home. You will have your own award ceremony, your own weigh-ins, your own tournament, and everything. You guys will be the prime focus of the FAL for 4 hours. After that 4 hours, we then start the pro class after this, you know, and they may be give or take half hour here or there, but they're essentially 2 different tournaments. The pro tournament, the weigh-in is during the end of the amateur tournament. So it is from 12 to 2. That is the weigh-in, 12 to 2 for the pro. The amateur class ends at 2 o'clock. The pro tournament starts at 2 o'clock. The pro tournament will run 2 to 6, 2 to 7, depending on the overall. We want to make everything nice and pretty, you know, cool finals, cool overall, all of that. But this is going to streamline everybody's experience. Nobody is coming to a 10-hour FAL event ever again. We've never had that. We've probably ran the longest 8 hours, but I've been to out-of-state tournaments where you've been there 10 hours and it's just a shitty time. Craig, you could relate. Doesn't matter how cool the tournament is. Sometimes we've been at some that never end. I seen you leave a tournament one time and go watch it from the phone or something.
Yeah, I when I was in Mississippi State, it was a long tournament. I mean, I had a rough weight cut and pulled a super match, but it was just, you know, and it was a great run tournament, but with all these competitors, it just seemed to take forever. But I did leave. I remember me and Chris Chandler did a tournament in Georgia. I think it was like 2014 or 15. And Greg, so what's that guy's last name?
Hilton.
Yeah, Greg Hilton. That's it.
Yeah.
And he had a a tournament.
It was a legendary tournament called Summer Heat.
Yeah, dude, I had a super match with Jeff James.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Jeff James. I had a super match with him in
He
2000.
just won the amateur class.
Isn't that crazy?
Like
how
battlegrounds. He just won amateur.
I don't understand that. I know he took some time off, but it just like what kind of progression is that? I just don't get it.
Artem's speech to him was congrats on your 12th year.
I mean, seriously, I had a super match with him. We did UAL. We both did a super match. It was probably our first super match as pros. And then he like does the amateurs. I just don't get that. But anyway, not getting off track to what you're saying about like the events being long. Yeah, this event, me and Chandler, I think we both left. I left because it was 7:00 and they were just starting to pull left hand and it was like left arm. I was like, it's just crazy. So I love what you guys are doing the times, separating it because, you know, guys like that we've been in the sport like 10 years plus or whatever. I'm really tired of waiting around trying to peak. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to an event this weekend and I'm just grateful that the super matches are at 12:30 and they're going to run smooth. And I know that I'm going to pull probably around 1 or 2 o'clock. And then it's, you know, then the tournament starts. It's just, I'm a guy that needs to peak. I can't sit around for like, I'll tell you another event, the triple elimination event. I hate it. I hate the way it was run by a particular promoter because I didn't even pull left arm. It was after I broke my arm and I came back and it was a March event, bike week. It was fucking 8 o'clock, dude, till I pulled right hand and they pulled left first that tournament with all the amateurs. It was fucking literally dark. It was crazy.
Well, this goes to say something for, it doesn't really matter how good your tournament is. If it takes all fucking day, it's a bad tournament. So that's the one thing we're going to avoid, right? So this is where a lot of people fumble. They have this badass tournament, but they didn't plan for people's experience. You know, they're going to be in there 10 hours, 12 hours. They hate life. It doesn't matter how good your tournament is. So that's what our whole goal with this is not only to have the badass tournament, but to have the badass tournament that wraps up in 5-6 hours for you. So you could come down here. Let's say you're an out-of-towner guy, John Theron, right? He's going to come down. He's got his super match. He's going to hit Disney with the kids all day from 8 to 2 or 8, 8 to whatever, 1 o'clock. You can come to the tournament. You can still do like, it's nice, dude. You can go hit breakfast suddenly. It just opens a lot of doors for everybody. It ultimately makes the promoters have a longer day, but that's the only people that have a longer day is the promoters and the staff. So you end up with 250 people that have a shorter day. 8 people suffer another 2 hours. So it's a great trade-off rather than 200 people suffering 3 extra hours, or whatever it ends up being. And this has never been, it's never been done where I've never seen anybody do this. This is how it should be done. They do it in other sports like this, jiu-jitsu, shit like that. But I think after we do this tomorrow, it's going to be one of them things that are night and day. You're going to start to see everybody do it. They're going to watch our live stream Saturday, I assume. Somebody is. Tim Talmadge, for example. He loves to copy.
He'll be there.
He loves to copy our ideas. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He's the one that gave me all the good ideas. But, the promoter essentially is going to watch this and they're going to say, holy shit, I'll bet you that was better. You're going to see at 2 o'clock, a shift change of people. You're going to see the amateur shift get off and the pro shift get on. And it's just going to be fresh, dude. You're not going to be watching Austin Wade at 11:20 in the morning and then Austin Wade at 4:30 and then Austin Wade at 7 p.m. in the finals. That's a shit show. Like you're talking about peaking. If you've ever drank a pre-workout before the gym, it matters on the timing. Let alone just getting focused, getting your mind right, your adrenaline's dumping, and then you're not arm wrestling for another 2 hours. So imagine when you get on here Saturday, you're in the hot seat. You're going to be in that ring or ringside until your class is over. It ain't going to be no run around. We'll call you back in 45 minutes. We're going to run classes to completion. I don't personally like the run it to the top 4 and then we'll come back 6 hours later when you're cold and wrap that up. You run it down to the champion right there. And, 4 hours after the beginning of the tournament, we'll have an award ceremony and you'll get your medals. Let's say you're in the amateur class. You don't got to sit around. You can get the hell out of here. And I'm hoping, because I believe in the idea so much, that it just catches on everywhere and that's the new norm. Probably won't. People don't like change, but this is one of the things I think that is wildly innovative. I think it's a game changer. And I think just because the experience of arm wrestling sucks going to the tournament, let's be honest, it's a rough ride. It's hard to explain to your girl, we got to sit here for an hour, watch me for 35 seconds. When you suddenly tell her, hey, I promise we'll be in and out in 4 or 5 hours, it's a wrap. They can justify that. That's a half day, right? That full day is a lot more commitment. You can sell the beach to them afterwards or before. Like, I think it's going to make everyone's life easier. The triple weigh-in thing, huge, man. If I got 60 guys that come, let's say 30, come to the tournament and they all spend $40 on gas to come to the early weigh-ins, or $60 in gas to come there, go back home, and then come here again. You've now made them drive a bunch. You've only paid the gas station, and no one's really profited from this. Nobody's came up. So we're having 3 weigh-ins. I would love to have more where we just need more trustworthy people. But these are the people we truly believe in right now that will do an honorable weigh-in. We have Chris, Mikey and Sarah at Pro Gear, and Chuck Westbury at his Jacksonville headquarters. So that's going to be the ones doing the weigh-ins. I think this is another idea too that should probably go in a lot of places. You know, in New York, this might not matter, where you can cross the state in a half hour, an hour, whatever it ends up being, or Jersey or something like that. But in the middle of California, at the California State Championship, my opinion is they should have 5 weigh-ins. You know, Texas should have one in Dallas, Austin, Houston, you know. And these are my opinions, but I think this is something that we're going to have the advantage on in the beginning. And, you know, it's an experiment to see how good it works, but the triple weigh-in and the cutting the tournaments in half, I think are going to be an absolute game changer.
And I just wanted to piggyback off what you said, Brandon, about the whole starting the event and doing the whole separation thing. I think if you took a poll and asked arm wrestlers what we could improve on the most in tournaments, and I think everybody is going to say the time length, because
Yes.
everybody complains about it. And like you said, it could be a great tournament, great awards, great matches, but you're leaving at 9 o'clock at night after being there fucking for 12 hours. It's insane. And it takes away from, because that's your last memory, is how miserable you are driving home, arguing with your girl, or just driving home and being late, man. It's just fucking crazy. So I think if you asked everybody what we could really fix in tournaments, I think that would be the number one thing anyway, because that's what everybody tells me every time I'm at a tournament and they're waiting around. That's everybody's complaint, is how can I perform after being cold for 4 or 5 hours?
That's
Yeah,
one of the biggest
agree.
reasons I didn't want to go, because I just don't want to drive 4 hours and then wait another 7, 8 hours, because man, you got to get back home, but to the fam and your responsibilities, it's just impossible sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. And so the least we can do is allow you to weigh in semi close to home. The reality is an early weigh-in is a privilege anyways. The fact that we have that luxury in this sport is cool. There's some things like jujitsu, for example, or wrestling. You weigh in like no more than 5 hours before you wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
30 minutes, 1 hour, depending on how it's set up. So we have that luxury here, but aside from basically just having people send us a fucking video from their house, it's about the most convenient thing we can do. And then, like you said, the split in the tournament, super killer. Chance, you should go over the points. Reiterate kind of the point value, how it's tallied, and
Sure. So the way that you're going to be able to win the $10,000 is by having the most points. And you get points by entering the tournament. You get 1 point. So if you enter in, let's say, for example, 220 and 242, you get 1 point in the 220 category, and you get 1 point in the 242 category. You don't get 2 points. The points are not added like in all weight classes. It's all separate. Yeah,
completely
absolutely.
separate races.
So you get 1 point for entering. You get 2 points for taking third, 4 points for taking second, and 6 points for taking first. So that's 1 plus 2, 1 plus 4, or 1 plus 6. In addition, if you are able to win the overall category, you get an additional 5 points.
Which is
Are y'all
massive.
running that the same for amateurs and pros? Same way?
It'll just be for pros. The money is for pros only.
Yes,
Well, I mean, are you doing a point system? I mean,
Yes.
Like, are you doing something like that for amateurs?
yes. The only difference in
Okay.
the amateur class, the amateur has no overall. The
Right.
liability of having a 150-pound amateur versus a 350-pound amateur is too high.
Yeah.
As they're still both learning safe position. But yes, we are going to track the amateur point race. And at the end of the year, as part of our award ceremony and everything we do, we will have the amateur champion. It's just like the Olympics. The difference between professional and amateur is the money. This $10,000, it'll be split proportionally among the classes per the entries, right? So if the class represents 10% of it, it's 10% of it of the prize. And so you're not going to get the same amount as the guy that pulled way less than you. If you ultimately win the class that was the craziest dog fights and the most stacked class, guess what? You're going to have the largest prize. So everything is kind of divided, super fair, very proportional. $10,000 is our minimum. We have over $20,000 in cash and prizes this year. Amazing medals coming out. We've got Arm Shark. He is sponsoring with his store $200 to the overall for each of our events. These will be prizes. You know, you'll have a coupon. You can go on his store, order whatever you want. Look at these medals. Put that thing in the palm of your hand. Chance, show him how big it is.
I mean,
That's it. He's just he has really small hands, guys.
Yeah.
It's massive. That's massive. That's a 10-inch medal.
Yeah, put mine on a chain, bro. I want mine on a chain.
You got to get one
Do a
first.
custom
I
gold
know.
chain. That's it. Gold plated. We didn't have the budget. What else? What else we got going, Chance? East versus West qualifier. This is the biggest part of it.
Yep.
Tell them how you qualify, Chance. Tell them who qualifies and what they get for qualifying.
Sure. So the top 2 from 176-pound class, the 198-pound class, 242-pound class, and the 242 plus class. The top 2 from right and left will be qualified, as well as the top 2 in the women's 154 and over and women's 154 and under. The top 2 from each class will be qualified to go to the East versus West Western finals, if you will. So that's going to be held in Virginia this June. So the top 2 from each qualifier in each class will compete against each other in Virginia. And ultimately, whoever wins that in each of those categories is going to have a guaranteed match at East versus West. Now, I will tell you, the finals weight is a little bit different than our weight classes. So the finals weight is 170, 200, 240, and supers. So a few pound difference there, but for us, it'll be the classes that I mentioned.
Yes, and let's not get confused between the finals. This is the East versus West finals. We have our own finals in December. It's going to be our Florida State Championship, our finale, our ceremony, everything all in one. Nothing changes for FAL. That's all the same. But yes, for the East versus West finals, they have different weight classes. That is why our 54 guy and our 220 guy does not qualify. They don't have a 54 and 220 class over there. It's nothing to do with us. We're just blending his weight classes over us. You mentioned women. The women are qualifying. So these ladies that show up, it's top 2 both hands.
Top 2 both hands for 2 classes, 154 and over, 154 and under.
And how much do ladies pay at the Florida Arm Wrestling League?
They pay $0. It's free entry for all women.
$0 for a lady to qualify for the finals for East versus West.
Yep. Chuck Westbury's daughter always comes to every event. She always has no one to pull. Guess what? If no one shows up, she's qualified for East versus West final. She's going straight there.
The good thing is it looks like there's a lot of girls coming.
Yes.
Or at least a few. We got quite a few women coming, serious arm wrestlers. So I'm thinking they're going to blow it up. This is kind of the way we wanted to kick off the women's thing too, to help build that. We got Sarah there. We got 23 people in the chat right now. That's massive for our show.
Because the King's here.
Is there a minimum age? No, there's no minimum age, but you must be 18 unless you have a parent with you to sign the waiver. Who else we got? All right, Texas Piranha said, what's he heading to the airport? Yeah, we got a lot of out-of-towners coming. I don't know. I think sometimes it's a bad idea to tell people who's coming, and then they
Get scared and stay home.
Yeah. Every time Chad Silvers writes his name on an entry on the weight class, there's no more entries added to that class. But he's not coming. Do you know anybody that has publicly confirmed they're coming that we can announce? Or
publicly, I don't know who has publicly said that they're coming, so we're probably better off not announcing.
Okay. I'm gonna go.
We can see who's bought the shirts.
I can't.
When I'm packing up these shirts and I'm sending them to people's houses, there's some scary dudes that are buying these shirts, and I expect they're buying the shirts to come down.
Are they scary to me or are they scary to you?
Scary to you. No one's scary.
Okay, all right.
Unless Dave Chafee's rolling up, I think.
I knew there was a difference. Yes, come on down to sunny Florida. Tickets are like $90. Where you're coming from? Probably from Miami to Orlando for $90, but
no, I think flights from Texas are about $90.
Middle of Arkansas right now. Robert Kelly said that. That's where I'll be Saturday. Somewhere in Arkansas, arm wrestling, Cody Dollar. Craig, we need you to tell us all about your match. I want to hype it up.
I wanted to ask Chance if Ryan Bowen bought a jersey.
No. He knows better than to come to Florida a second time. One time's a fluke, but
are you getting intimidated by his new physique at 107 kgs?
He's benching like 250 pounds.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. I'm
frightened.
Artem will bicep curl that right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's funny. When is that match for you? When are you heading there?
That's February 25th. So I leave February 20th.
Nice. Awesome.
So
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yeah. So my match this Saturday, I'm heading to Toledo to pull Brandon L. Seltzer. And yeah, I'm excited. I had 16 weeks to prep for this match. And I'm excited, man, because I was really thinking today, like, when was the last time I traveled to an arm wrestling event? And it's been, I thought it was like almost 9 years, but it's been since the bottom 8 when I went to Canada in 2019. So I'm excited, 2019. So I'm just excited to go somewhere and compete and getting out of my comfort zone because I don't like traveling and shit. So, but this is part of the sport where I have to, I'm 51. So if I want to see where I stand with the top guys in my weight class, I have to travel. So this opportunity, sponsored match, it was a great opportunity for me and I took it seriously. Been training real hard and, I feel good, man, going in this match. I know I got a heavy.
Talk about, who's sponsoring the match.
Marshall Thompson.
Okay.
He's putting this whole event on. And he's sponsoring. I mean, this guy's like sort of like what you guys were talking about with all the prize money and stuff. Like he's doing like there's 1,000, like he gave us for the sponsored matches, he gave us, an allowance, which was $500 to pay for the flight and the hotel.
Sure.
Unfortunately, I had to drop a few $100 on about $500 actually on winter clothes because I had no clothes at all, like not anything. So
anyway, that cold weather.
Yeah, well, 16 degrees tomorrow. 16 degrees tomorrow flying in. So, but yeah, so he's doing $1,000 to the winner of this match. We're the main event. And then he's giving
$1,000 for a win bonus
for the win. Yeah, for the winner. And
holy shit. We're against Brandon.
Yeah, so see, that's the whole point. Like
that's good money.
Yes, and that's why he's pulling it because, of course, he wants to win the $1,000. And I thought originally, but he just messaged me on Saturday and he was telling me that he wasn't taking me lightly and stuff. But I'm definitely the underdog, whatever.
No,
And
we're supposed to already talk that out and split that win bonus before. The
yeah. That would have been smart, actually. That's funny. That's funny because, and not to get sidetracked, but I kind of want to bring this up because I was watching the Tim Bresnick and Austin Jaggers match.
About that, we aren't sidetracked at all. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so like this is how fucked up this is how Tim is kind of a bully, right? I mean, everybody says he's nice and stuff, and he's a nice guy. I get it, but he kind of bullies people, and I got bullied by him. I won a super match against one of his teammates, and he told me everybody decided to split the money. But I found out that was bullshit, and I ended up giving Max Maxwell fucking $500 of my fucking $1,000 win bonus because he said that was the right thing to do. And I'm like, I'm not going to argue with this guy. I'm in Pennsylvania, but after watching him cry to the referees, I just see like what kind of character this guy is like portraying. It's not good to act like that, and it's not good to fucking bully people to say, oh yeah, you have to give prize money to the competitor that you beat. I feel like that's just bullshit. And then to push the referees around and saying that Austin was fucking pushing him off the table and shit. I would be embarrassed with that performance if I was at that stage in my career at that level, and then I was crying about these elbow fouls. And then the refs were just being bullied. I mean, and I know you guys talked about it the other night because I listened to the show at work, but I just feel like those people, they think they can just bully their way around the referees and shit. And I'm just glad that we're going to have certified refs and none of that shit's going to happen in Florida, because to me, it's really, it's sad for arm wrestling to see that. And, I'm not saying Tim's a bad person, but two experiences that I seen, one I saw last weekend and then one personally I had, I was just like, yeah, he just seems like he bullies like people around, and I just don't think that's good to do.
Does Austin Jaggers bully Chance Shaw?
No, I don't feel like anybody here does that stuff. I mean, Chance doesn't.
I'm asking, will Austin whoop up on Chance if they arm wrestle?
No, of course not.
Okay.
So that'll be like when Devin pulled them.
How do you feel about this Austin Jaggers matchup if it were to happen?
How do I feel about it?
Oh, you didn't just repeat my question.
You're asking how I feel about a match with Austin Jaggers?
A second time?
I'm just like, why would I take a match with Austin? Like, Austin is smart enough to know not to pull me. Yeah, Austin's smart enough to know not to pull me. So
how much money do we need to make this match happen?
Not that much, but you don't need that much money. But after Derek Smith beats him in like a month, whenever they're pulling, Austin's going to be a little less relevant, I think.
Well, I don't know the rankings right now. Are you above Derek or?
No, yeah. Whoever does the rankings are biased against me, so Derek's ranked ahead of me.
The scumbag
Are you
from 8th to like 16th or some shit over 2 tournaments that I had super matches at.
You gonna end up setting up with Derek?
What's that?
I said you're gonna end up setting up with Derek. It's for Chance.
Who?
Chance.
Oh, okay. I think they're ducking each other, Matt.
Right?
I would like to see that. The world wants to see a Chance.
I think a lot of people would like to see it. I mean, there's been a lot of smack talk back and forth. Definitely.
Hey, let's ask this. Let's theoretically, let's say it happens this Saturday and the odds come out. Trent, you like money. You tell me who's the favorite if the odds come out. Not who do you think wins? Who would the big majority of the money be placed on?
Chance versus Derek?
Yes.
Chance.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree. Chance has been more active.
Don't get me wrong, I like Derek, but I think Chance wins strictly on experience.
Well, Chance is world.
You hear that, Derek? Do you hear this, Derek?
Pulling longer.
Chance is world tested. That's the difference. Derek is just as potent.
No,
potential.
Derek's world
Well,
tested. Derek
yeah.
pulled Revis and Morozov, right?
Yeah, but look at
How do
the
you do?
difference on how it looked. Look at the difference on how it looked when you performed on stage and when Derek performed. I feel like and
Derek.
it's not a bad shot. It just seemed like you were able to stay in tune with because a lot of people are complaining about the reffing over there.
You
But-
know Derek's like 6'8" before you get on.
Oh
him.
yeah! Oh,
Okay, I just wanna make
absolutely!
sure.
Oh, I love it.
Hey, I
I
don't
was so
have
upset that I missed the show.
I suddenly don't have your back if Derek Smith rolls in here.
Oh no, it's cool, man.
I'm gonna go get
Derek-
Craig and Chance before I come back.
I feel like Derek is, he knew it. He went in there and he went to go perform, and he got caught off guard, not just with the performance against the guys he was pulling, but I think the reffing kind of maybe had him a little off, and that was just the difference from what I'd seen between the two. So yeah, they're both world tested, but I think with the experience that I've seen Chance had against Derek, I think he would be a little bit more acclimated into being more comfortable with the setup, no matter who's reffing. So that's why, for me, my favorite would go to Chance on that one.
All right, we got some shit talking here. Derek's saying, I've been to WAF twice. Chance pulled a guy 100 pounds lighter and a guy who isn't right. Chance stayed right with a win on a 90-kilogram guy.
I love being a 5-starter.
In all fairness, I'm pretty sure Derek had as much weight on Morozov as I did on Zurab, but I was able to win and he wasn't. So,
Well, hold on. How big is Zurab? He's got to be 250, 260.
No, Zurab walks around about 220.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Hey, I was only 70
You
pounds
should be
ahead.
ashamed. So, all right. Some guy named Nacho says, Chance, pull someone your own weight.
There's nobody that
Much
weighs that
manhood,
much.
no one weighs as much as him.
I'm too
Maybe
heavy,
Levon.
Levon.
You don't have enough body hair to pull Levon, according to Travis. He would have to be as hairy as Craig and bigger than he's ever been to have any chance at all.
I can give you the hair.
Exactly. Do a hair transplant like Matt Mask.
I don't know if it's going to help your strength though. Hey, what are you weighing in at Chance now?
These days I'm about 290.
Okay, you look leaner. You just look leaner to me in the face a little bit.
Thank you.
He's nice.
I'm going to be committing down to 242 this year.
Nice.
Nice.
By the end of the year, I'm going to pull an event at 242. So
That's awesome, dude.
That's a big cut.
yeah, I think it'll be better for me.
Corey
Yeah, I
West
agree.
is not the same weight as Chance Shaw, bro.
No.
I think
Corey
Corey
West
West
is
is
like
the heaviest
450.
arm wrestler.
Corey is as big as Chance and me combined.
Yeah, it's like
Insane.
450.
I think Corey West and Levon weigh about the same.
No, Corey is bigger than Levon.
Yes.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do y'all thought about Corey and Derek? What about them two pulling?
See, I was actually talking to Derek about this the other day. He was telling me like, I don't know, dude. I'm pretty scared of Corey. I think he'll whoop me. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I heard.
I think Derek knows that Corey would just stomp him. So he's been dodging Corey for a long time, you know?
Yeah. Well, Derek Smith has a history of dodging opponents. Let's be honest. Yeah, he ducks the real competition. Derek, you forgot what state show this was on, didn't you?
You should send Derek the link.
He's like, oh, I'll send him the link. Get him on.
Yeah, come on, jump on, Derek, jump on. He can
That's
roast
right
on
here.
real
Let's
quick
get
for
him.
calling him out.
It's like a bunch of
Uh,
damn schoolgirls.
All right, so Chance, tell us about Chance Shaw's pulling Richard Lubke. This isn't
Yeah,
being
what's
talked
going
about
on
as
with
much as it
that?
should be.
Facts. I was gonna ask too.
Yep. Yeah, that'll be at the Monster Factory April 29th in Arkansas. It's the headliner match. I'm not sure if any of the other matches have been announced, so I'm not going to talk about them, but it's going to be a really awesome card.
I'll be pulling Bob Brown at the Monster Factory. That's dropping here today.
Are you
Well,
locked in?
It's not official, but I'm putting it into the ether.
Oh, okay, it's
There
not
you go.
official, but
Putting it
actually,
out in the
hey,
universe.
Brandon, I talked to Michael about a match that he might set with you, so you might be
Oh,
getting a call. I don't know.
The only matches I can get are with people that will beat me.
Well, get stronger.
Hey, you know what I became? I became this jobber fucking punching bag of a guy that they'll just send in to take a L to hype their local guy up. It's
To
fucking
hype the
nuts.
event.
Are you the fluffer?
The
I didn't say fluff.
You're the fluffer. I know. I said it.
It'll be Brandon
No.
Morris against Pablo.
Yeah, exactly. That's the type of shit. That's the matches I get offered. I'm like, I called Artem today. They're like, hey, we want you to pull Dustin Jelliff or something. I'm like, who's this guy?
Hey, who's this guy? Who's this guy?
Look at this guy.
Hey,
And get no call, but talking reckless, Chance. You don't have to say none of that.
He said,
hey!
"Talking
I hear what
reckless, boy."
you say about me on your live streams. That's only fair.
I roast Chance on all my live streams. It's true.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
it's
good.
okay if I say Corey's your daddy. You know it's true, anyways.
To be honest, right now, if I pull Corey tomorrow, Corey will beat me. I'm not gonna lie. But
Left and right.
definitely left and yes, right.
Yeah. All right.
But I'm just getting back into it. All right, I'm training. I'm full training now. I'm getting big again. I'll be all right.
All right.
How
So
long did you take off?
Austin, Chance, Corey, and Derek represent the only non-famous guys in the top 10. I mean, you got Devin, Jerry, Michael Todd, Dave, Toddzilla, and Tim Bresnan. I feel like it's out of you four guys who takes the next step. That's all you four guys are clustered into this next row. Even though I'm sure y'all probably could beat Tim, right? Everyone here, can all y'all beat Tim Bresnan?
I think.
Derek,
I mean, Derek already beat Tim.
crushed him.
5-0.
I remember this.
Yeah.
that's brutal.
Chance, I would say.
I think that I can beat Tim, and I know that Corey can beat Tim.
Okay, so in Austin Jaggers just beat Tim essentially. So aside, and it's no shade to Tim. Tim's a beast, but aside from Tim, you've basically got your top five, which are Devin, Jerry, Michael, Dave, and Todd. Whoever emerges out of you four should really have some crazy four-way.
Pause.
And it's like who faces who first. The draw sucks more, and we know Chance kills everyone in a four-way. But I mean, Derek,
It's a weird thing to say, but it's true.
Oh God.
Yeah,
allegedly,
bad choice of words,
Maggie.
Brandon. Bad choice of words.
You're the first one he's killing, Trent. You're the smallest.
Well, hey, if my match
Okay.
in Austin, if my match in Austin goes the way I want it, then like if it's not even shouldn't even be a match, but that bad, then I've already started talking to Todd Hutchings about somewhere around May to try to do what Chance and Corey couldn't do, and try to
Yes.
finish that up.
Ask Chance why he had Toddzilla dead to rights once and pumped and lost the position.
What happened?
Listen,
Would you have
this
lost
is
the
what
pants
happened.
like that?
If this is the
See what
peg,
that
this is
happened
my
was.
right. This is the peg. This is my finger. Foul.
No.
That's that. Yes, I swear. I swear.
Who is the rep? I'll kick.
I
his
don't know.
shot.
Some guy from Michigan.
Of course.
Hey, who's fifth? Is it Jerry fifth or is Todd fifth?
Fifth is
Oh.
Todzilla.
Todd's fifth. Okay, so
You're
Todd's one
sixth.
above me. So all right.
Yeah, you're sixth. Chance, you're down here at number 9.
And why did you scoff at the idea of you pulling Austin Jaggers? He's one rank below you. He's 10th, right?
No, I'm just talking.
Oh, I was gonna
respect.
say,
But-
man,
but
let's not
after
get
Austin
mild-
beats you, you're gonna drop below me. Just so you
If
know.
Austin beats me, I'm gonna drop off the face of the earth. I'm gonna-
Do you guys respect this Arnold Classic win he had, or was it a light class that day?
Arnold is one of the best annual tournaments, if not the best annual tournament in the United States, for sure, usually. But I think it got a little during COVID. A lot of people started showing up. As
I
much.
mean, there was no Michael, there was no Dave, there was no one coming from overseas like a big name. Like
Dude,
in the
that tournament
past,
used to have Dennis Saplinkov.
no, he got a win on
Yeah.
what's his name? The
Myrtle, yeah, but
yeah, Myrtle.
Myrtle's not in very good shape, from what I've been told.
I'm saying he's a high level guy. He's not bad.
Yeah. I'm not taking away from Austin, but there was no Saplinkov, there was no Michael Todd, there was no what's that big Russian that always goes?
Trubin?
I don't remember. But Trubin has been there in the past. Lupke's has pulled it. Chafee. I mean, none of the heavy hitters were there, unfortunately. Austin beat the people that showed up in front of him, and that's all you can do, right? So I can't take too much away from him. But
I don't personally know how good Austin Jaggers is. I just started hearing about him like a year ago.
He's a little more dominant lefty than he is righty. but he's definitely moving up. I mean, he's moving up quick, man. He's no slouch at all. And I think, in a couple of years, he's going to be something crazy probably. But, he's still moving up right now. And I think there's still some things to be exploited, hopefully.
Yeah, his left is super legit. I think like if he came to Florida, he would kind of dust everyone left-handed. And I think Florida's a really strong left-handed state. He's just really strong left.
Damn, Carl Stanley is fucking stirring right now watching this. I get it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm pulling him right and left. Our super match is right and left.
In my
Nice.
honest opinion, it's going to look one-sided both arms.
What if I beat him left-handed though? It's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah,
I want the left-handed match. He wants it. So
Yeah. It would be crazy. But
Yeah.
I think that he dominates you left and you dominate him right. That's my prediction. When's that match? March?
March 11th,
So a little over.
Where's that being held?
Pennsylvania, Winter Blast.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another match they offered me to be a punching bag at.
Who'd they offer you?
Fucking, huh?
Who'd they offer you?
Dustin Jelliff.
Yeah, I think Dustin kills you.
See, Jesus Christ, I can only get matches if people smoke me. The problem that's everybody now, right?
Yeah.
Well, as I say, it is what it is sometimes, right?
Are you
Yeah.
training? Are you training a lot right now, Brandon, or no?
Dude, I'm training like I'm about to fucking die.
Oh, well,
And I'm terrible still. Nah, I'm in okay shape. I'm pulling Cody Dollar in Arkansas next week, and then I'm gonna pull that young kid Niles Anderson down here. Event. So no like high level matches, but I'll probably still lose those two.
What?
Are you on that Artem diet right now, or what?
No, that's the problem. See, that's the real problem is no. Do I here? Let me show you my arms. Do I look like I'm on?
Hey, you were jacked at one point. Remember when I first went to Florida, dude? You were getting big, bro. You were.
Well, that's when I was on the Artem diet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon's arms are starting to look as small as mine.
Hey, I will get down to the
Yo.
speedo and pose down for everyone right now. I'm in the shape of my life. I'm primed up, baby.
He said, I got 0% body fat.
That's it. I'm diced up. 210
Nice.
pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal.
Hey, so what's it gonna
35
take to get?
fat.
What's it gonna take to get you and Chance to pull each other? Well, what's the deciding outcome now that the two of you are here in a group? What is it that's gonna happen? What matches need to come about and get out of the way before you two finally lock up?
So for me, step one, Derek needs to beat
Give
Austin.
him a real answer. Stop being an asshole.
That's my real answer. You have to beat Austin.
Just give him a real answer. Stop being an asshole.
That's a real answer. If you
What are
lose to
gonna-
Austin, then the odds of us having a match goes down.
If
at
I
least-
beat Austin, there's the odds of us having a match does not go up, and you know this. What are you
Exactly.
Yes, it
They go
does.
down both ways.
Oh, it goes up.
If you fucking win, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, we're probably not doing that." And if you lose, he's like, "Yeah, you did this."
Yeah, it's a lose. Chance is my buddy. I know we're both fairly confident against each other, even though when we have serious talks, we'll be like, I don't know, Derek's a big order, but I know he's confident against me. It's just we're buddies, and we're not really trying to chip away at each other. We're always trying to seek out other people, so we don't really think.
Well, what are the stats? What are the stats of you two?
What do you
is
mean?
the size? How tall and heavy are you, Derek?
I'm 6'8", 341.
It's 6'2", 342.
Yeah,
So,
right.
you got the weight advantage slightly.
I gained 2 inches and 50 pounds somehow.
I'm trying to church it up a bit for you.
Yeah.
But I'm
Selling
sure
it
at
to the
some point
people.
it'll cross paths. I brought it up a few times, like for fun, but there's no pressure at all. Like, hey, do you want to do this sometime? He's like, if it works out, one day if our
Listen,
schedules
these guys
align.
are building this. They're jerking you off for fucking 3 hours. We're waiting on the ending. Okay, they're gonna pull it. They're gonna pull when both of them are irrelevant, and they're gonna
Tell you,
sell.
when we're ranked 1 and 2, then we'll have the match.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
Or-
with me and
or-
Artem. Listen,
Here's the alternative. If someone really wants to see it and they have a lot of money, there's a number where Derek and I will say yes, regardless of the
For
circumstance.
sure. dude.
So-
yeah, about 6
Splitting it behind
But also,
scenes.
Chance says he's running away to the heavyweights.
It's true. I am.
He's been saying that for years at the same time, so it's not.
No. I've never fully committed. I'm fully committed to it.
Listen, he's on that Brandon Allen training program.
Dude.
Yeah, he's gonna be deadlifting 900 pounds, squatting 800,
Going to church.
benching 550. He's already a good church boy. Look at him. He's got his hair combed to the side there. You don't even live with his mom, and he combed his own hair to the side like that. You got to be a good kid to wake up and comb your hair. All right.
I don't
Maggie
comb my
did
hair.
it.
I just go like
Maggie
this.
did it. Let's be serious. Maggie combed his hair. She's like,
I know. Hey, you know Maggie did it before this. Fixing his eyebrows, got the mustard off his lip.
It's true.
out of control.
She does
I
everything
think
for me. I
somebody
won't
told me
deny it.
hey, my girlfriend does too. I can't lie. My girlfriend does too.
So back to the Lupke's match. So not to get off of y'all, how'd that come about? Because I haven't heard anything about Richard in quite some time. So how did that match?
at the last Monster Factory, after the event happened, the day after, I was just chatting with Michael about potential matches on future cards, and he told me, Richard Lupke's told me he wants to come down and have a match. And I told him, I said, give it to me. Like, I want that match. Give me that match.
Right.
And he said, yeah, sure. Okay. Like if Lupke's is in, I'll set it for you. And so it was kind of just being in the right place at the right time and coming off a win. If BJ had beaten me, there's no way that I would have gotten this match.
That conversation wouldn't come up.
Yeah, exactly. So
Is
Gotcha.
there any current videos or pictures of Richard in the last like 3 years, 2 years?
no, I think
a
the
video or
last time
picture
he
or anything?
pulled was like 3 years ago.
So we have no idea what Richard's
It's gonna be even bigger, Derek.
What if he does? What if he walks in bigger and
It's gonna
scary?
be like
Just
3
like-
feet.
Chance is gonna shit.
Like this.
I want the biggest, most
Oh.
jacked version.
Oh no, you
I mean-
don't.
Oh, yeah,
You don't want 1986 Richard Lupke.
If old Richard walks in,
Yeah.
he's gonna grab your low hand like this and just
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, let's be serious.
Dad moved the
Oh
hell
my
out of you.
God.
I want to feel what that feels like. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah.
Hey, at
Will-
He
least
just
will
doesn't
you go
close
all
around your
forward?
hand, just grabs your whole forearm.
be nice to him if you do get in the advantage. Be nice to him.
Listen. If I get to the point where I know that the match is over, I'm not just gonna toy with him or something. He's a legend, and I understand that he's 67 or whatever, just got over COVID. There's a good chance that he doesn't show up in great shape. I
You're
understand,
arm
but
wrestling a 67-year-old man.
dude, I lost to a 60-year-old man, so really I can't.
Who the
My
fuck
record
are you?
against old men is terrible. John Berzink 57 beat me. Ron Bath 60 beat me. Todd Hutchings like 55 beat me. So the older they are, the lower my chance. So really, Lupke's is my kryptonite, I guess.
Yeah, because you're pulling a bunch of old, leathery, beef jerky ass dudes that are like dehydrated meat, bro. You can't find that guy's fucking bulletproof. You could shoot him in the arm, it would do nothing.
Dude, I get to pull Alan Fisher regularly, and Alan is strong.
Yeah, Alan Fisher and Ron Bath are the same type of grainy motherfucker. Like that dude is as hard. They're hardened humans. Like
Yeah, Ron Bath is just 100 pounds heavier.
that's it. Exactly.
That's really the only difference.
Well, they
Same
say,
fucking
Chance,
person.
they say the easiest way, it sounds scary, the easiest way to beat Richard is to hook him, traditionally. And I don't know if that's your favorite spot. And that sounds scary as hell, going towards
Yeah.
Richard Lupke's. But
That's like giving.
I mean,
some
listen.
advice to Godzilla to just commit the shoulder.
If it doesn't work here, if there's no option outside, I'll go inside. I'm not scared of it.
well, because
But,
I think what happened is everybody runs. You see Big Rich, big hand, you run for your life. And so he's just so used to crushing top rolls and going sideways. Devin Larratt told me a long time ago, because I got offered a Richard match as well, like a year and a half ago. And I forget why it didn't work out. But yeah, I mean, Devin was messaging me. He's like, hook that big man. You fly in there into that hook as hard as you can. That's the best thing you can do against him. I was like, oh my God, it sounds scary. Diving towards Richard Lupke's and all that mass.
That's fucking ballsy, dude.
Yeah, you go there and then he just smashes your arm.
Exactly.
Ends your career.
We're gonna get up here and he's gonna pin Chance with no shoulder, just
Just
tricep.
He looks at the video and says, "This is the new crop of upcomers. This is what these are the upcomers in the United States."
I think it's gonna be a sick match, but I think Chance is probably the heavy favorite.
But I mean, I'm not Chance amazing, but I just think it really depends on what Richard shows up. Like,
you don't know his level.
we have
You
no
don't know
idea
his
which
level of
Richard's walking
activity.
that door.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a Christmas surprise for you that day, Chance. Who walks in that door?
Yeah, I mean, for me, that match is not so much about the outcome. It's just about the fact that I get to pull Richard Lupke's.
Right.
So even if I lose, it's just another legend I get to add to my list of people that I've had a super match with. So for me, that's really cool. Regardless, of course, I'm not going to lose. I'm going to bring the best version of myself. But if the same Richard Lubke's that was hooking with Denis Saplinkov shows up, yeah, I'm probably screwed. So I'll show up and do my best. But I'm just happy to pull him.
Derek, what's your
Rightful
reaction?
job. What's up?
What's your reaction if somehow Bowen pulls this off over Chance? Does Chance ever regain respect in your eyes? Like, are you
Well, okay, because I know Chance, I know behind the scenes how freaking lazy this dude is. Like on a personal
Yes.
level, I'll be like, dude, you're such an idiot. But publicly, I don't know, like I just think it's such a way, but you're gonna make me look bad. You're gonna make all the United States look bad on this one, Chance. You're gonna affect all of us after this. So I don't know, man.
He said, "Bitch, you better bring your A game. Do not do it."
Hey,
I
he's
just
got
know
to win.
he's gonna take it lightly, go out there and hang out with
He's quit arm
Maggie,
wrestling.
not take it all serious and chill. And I already know Chance to take it super lightly and just show up and expect us to dominate. And I hope you do. I really hope you do. But if you don't, you know who to blame and where to blame. If you don't, you know exactly where to look.
He
Yeah,
just
blame
put the
you,
whole
Derek.
weight. He just put the whole weight of America on your back.
No,
Do you
100%.
understand that? All of
100%.
America, all eyes on you, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I hit
I mean-
him Chance before his David Arabui match. Oh, how's your training going, bro? You been killing it? Oh, I haven't trained in like 3 months, right?
Hey, don't expose me.
I'm just going. I'm gonna go out there and see how it does. I'm like, what? You have an East versus West match? You have a training? Oh no. Oh gosh.
How'd you do on that one?
No, hey, it was a pretty close match.
It
I thought
was.
he won the match.
Hey, either way, you showed that you're able to hang. And that's a WAF champ. That's a high level dude.
Off
I mean,
the
not as high
couch.
level as Ravaz and Morozov, but that's a high level dude.
I don't know if you look at video, he's pinning Revis every time they practice. So
Practice. Like, I got videos of me destroying you at practice. Is that relevant, or what do we?
yeah, it was relevant at the time. I think I was like 240. You were like 390. So
I've never been 390 in my life. Get out of here.
maybe you were even 420. I don't know.
Chat 45 minutes late.
What'd you say, Brandon?
Jerry Cataret's about to join 45 minutes late and wreck everybody.
Hey, old boy,
That his payback?
Got to send him a reminder.
Yeah. All right. If you come to the practice and you're 45 minutes late, my money is on Chance. He is slowly turning into the guy that shows up about a half hour. Everyone's burnt up and just dominates.
I do not do that.
Runs through a bunch of guys that are like 230. Me and Craig fucking literally runs through the 200 pounders and Craig's old ass. And he's 45 minutes late. It's like a daycare in a retirement home. He couldn't even show up on time.
I've been making those TikTok reel videos of Chance smashing me.
He shows up to practice one time every 2 months.
But I'm with Derek though. I'm with you because I know Chance really well too, and that's his kryptonite. I feel like he really has to get in the gym and train hard and take it to the next level because he has so much raw talent and he's doing amazing. But, that's where I feel like, that's where, when you see like, just like with the last match, I feel like, that could have been maybe more dominant for Chance if he would have put more hours into the gym. And I'm just assuming that you weren't at the gym every day training.
To put it lightly.
Something like that. I might have been able to find a couple extra hours over the 3 months of training.
But this wasn't Sweden Chance, who's out there training with the team in the gym every day.
That's what I was going to say. We need Emil back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude.
We got to send Chance back to Sweden for about 4 months straight.
When I lived in Sweden, I was literally in the gym every single day.
There's nothing else to do, bro. What? Sit
their
in the
life
room in
revolves
the
around the
snow?
gym than arm wrestling.
Yeah, it was that was a really good form. I've never been in such good shape. And listen, Todd still beat me in my best shape, so it wasn't enough. But I think if I sat down and did what I did for 2.5 months, if I did that for 6 months, I think I can bang with a lot of people. So it's just a matter of doing it.
I think
But you know what to do now. You just got to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember the first time you came out here when you were like 16 or whatever it was, 15, you came out and pulled Cody Hadley. I remember I pulled you on the side tables the first time I ever seeing you. And I remember thinking, I was like, this kid, you know, some people are just connected, like they're just born with connections and just strong. I remember thinking like, holy shit, this Chance kid is going to be ridiculous. Like he's like
lying
16, this is going to be insane. And then fast forward to now, and he's leveled up like half a level since then, you know, since
Half
that
a
match.
level.
It was a full level there.
No, but I think you really do have all the things internally to make yourself as good as you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have the genetics
I
behind
called it way
Except for
back.
the training ethics.
I called it way back
The
when
hard work.
we had that tournament at Chris's Lounge. And I think actually, didn't Brandon beat you, Chance, in that little
He did.
tournament?
Yeah.
So like,
I didn't say
and
that.
I did an interview like with the guy from the local channel, whatever, when they did that little doc or whatever. But I said, I go, that nerdy kid right there, when he gets to the table, boom, he looks like a little math teacher, but he's going to smash you. And then I said that he was going to be the future. And then boom, look at you now. Like, it's amazing that. And like Derek said, I felt the same thing with the whole connection when you used to come over and get on the table with me and train when you first were, you know, getting into arm wrestling. And I felt like not only your mindset, but also your just IQ on the table, you just picked up things like a lot faster than like a lot of people out there. And your connection was really amazing. And I believe like you're a true arm wrestler, you know, because that's what you do. Like you're just totally arm wrestling all the time. Maybe the connection with the training that'll get you to the next level. You know, you're there already, but you know, it's just amazing that, you know, to see the growth over the years, you know, it's incredible.
Thank you, Craig.
I don't mean to put the brakes on this circle jerk, but I didn't see any of the potential in the beginning.
You
You
didn't
just
what?
seemed like a long-haired punk when I met you.
Long hair.
Did he have long hair? Did he have long hair?
Brandon, I went to practice
hair
with
like this,
Brandon a
yeah,
couple
man.
times. He bullied me on the table. He pinned me, and then he said, "Don't show up to practice anymore, kid."
That was it.
Chance, I got a question for you. Do you even really like those shirts anymore? Or do you just wear them because you feel like you have to?
I love these shirts.
You really do.
I really do, honestly.
All right.
Yeah.
When he hits 242 and he's fucking jacked, he's not going to be wearing any shirt. He's going to be thinking he's Brad Castleberry. Bowed up the whole time.
Fake weights.
I saw a guy at the LA Fit Expo. He had 2 people in line. No one gives a shit about Brad Castleberry anymore. Like there was no line for him. No one gave.
Really?
The longest lines I've ever seen
Yeah.
were Ronnie Coleman and Dana Lynn Bailey had thousands of people in their
Of
line.
course.
Those two, I've never seen lines like that. Like Phil Heath had 6 people in his line at the last.
You know who used to have a huge line was Rich Piana.
I was just going to say that I knew Rich personally.
Rich Piana was the shit, and we didn't realize it till he died.
Right.
Yeah.
That dude was the fucking man. Now everyone, when he was here, was hating on him like crazy. But now you look back, that dude was he was the only one spitting the truth.
Mhm.
He was the reason why I retired out of bodybuilding. I had a conversation with him one day. I know his mother, and I knew him well. And he was like, "Why are you competing?" Because, you know, he got out of the game. He didn't have the physique, tried to chase that dream by kind of enhancing his physique, of course, but really to the next level. And it kind of distorted his physique. He never really had a good flow to him. But he was just explaining to me how he was killing himself, not making any money out of sport. And he goes, you know, I'll just buy you. I remember him saying this. He goes, I'll just buy you a trophy and you can just win it, you know, have like be in shape and just, you know, do a show at your crib, basically. And it just really was interesting because that was before 5%. And then he just skyrocketed because, you know, he decided mind you, he was a freak still, but he wasn't killing his body by depleting it with bodybuilding. He was kind of making his own money and making his own way.
You can imagine how big he would be right fucking now. With the internet the way it is right now, Rich Piana would have $50 million. He would be fucking balling. That 5% shit is huge, and he's been dead for 5 years. Or however long. Rich Piana, if he had just backed it off 2 clicks, would have fucking been balling, dude. Yeah, that was the dude. That was actually the guy. I mean, I hate fitness industry and all this crazy YouTuber bullshit, but Rich Piana was legit as hell.
Well, speaking of the YouTube people, like, what do you guys think though of like these kids that are Larry has like the Trend twins and
Alex Eubank.
Alex, yeah, like Alex. I mean, I think it's phenomenal that because these guys get a lot of views, and I heard that they're interested in maybe getting into arm wrestling. So I feel like, that's just a win-win for all of us that are in the sport, seeing these new guys come in with followings. I just feel like it's going to attract a lot more people.
Yeah, absolutely. The more influencers that we have stepping into arm wrestling, the better it is for arm wrestling. I mean, first it was Juji. Juji brought a ton of eyes on the sport. Now it's Larry. If there's a few more, like what's his name? Jesse James is getting into arm wrestling.
Brian Shaw.
Yeah,
Brian Shaw.
Yeah, Jesse James went to Canada with Devin. He's got like almost 2 million subscribers on YouTube. Like you said, the Trend Twins and Alex was arm wrestling with Larry Wills the other day, and I think I kind of said a little bit of something about it in the last podcast we had, and things like that. Even though they are influencers and they're really true arm wrestlers, just them doing videos like that, and kids that look up there and go like, "Hey, they done it. I want to try it," and they may fall in love with it, and it's just adding more people to the sport.
Yeah, it's doing a ton of great things for arm wrestling. I believe in the next few years, I mean, we're just going to continue to have this upward trend in arm wrestling where a lot of people are recognizing professional arm wrestling as a sport. They recognize how difficult it is. They've seen strong bodybuilders step in and try it and just have no shot. So they're understanding that there is a lot of technique to it. There is a lot of strength training to it. And I think it's doing a ton for the sport. So hopefully Alex Eubank, the Trend Twins, and other influencers like that just continue with arm wrestling.
And the trend the other day, I think I seen a news channel cover some bit on arm wrestling through Kevin Palco, and there's a couple other guys. So you're starting to see more and more coverage come out and about. So having the influencers come in, whether they stick with the sport or not, is definitely going to bring more attention. It's kind of crazy that like there's not as much more attention that I feel like there should have already been, simply based on the history of arm wrestling and now the present into the future. So like with everybody else coming in, I think it's definitely a good game changer.
Let's go over these details one last time, Chance, kind of run everyone down like we did in the beginning.
So weigh-ins, first of all, 0 weight allowance. If you are
event Saturday.
I'm sorry?
Just go ahead and start off with the event Saturday. Tell them the name of it. What's the date?
Yeah, sure. So the event Saturday, it's at the Pro Gear Gym in Brooksville, Florida. It's an East versus West qualifier. It's also the first official FAL event to kick off the 2023 season. The classes are 154, 176, 198, 220, 242, and supers, left and right, pro and amateur. There's also going to be women's 154 above and below. Women's entry fee is free. Amateurs, it's $40 per arm. Pros, it's $50 per arm because it is an East versus West qualifier. Weigh-ins will be the day before. So tomorrow, Friday, February 3rd, there's 3 places to weigh in, 1 at the venue, 2 in Jacksonville, and 3 in Jupiter, Florida. So if you are interested in the Jacksonville weigh-in, hit up Chuck Westbury. If you're interested in the Jupiter weigh-in, you can hit up Chris Rosakis. And then if you're interested in weighing in at the venue, of course, you can just show up to the venue or contact Brandon or myself. Weigh-ins are from 6 to 9, correct, Brandon?
Yep, 6 to 9 the day before, and day of. Amateur weigh-in is from 8 to 10. Pro weigh-in is from 12 to 2.
It's very important that everyone understands 0 weight allowance. If you weigh 0.1 over, I'm going to tell you to go run, hop in the sauna, spit in a cup, take a piss, whatever you have to do. There's no weight allowance. If you need to strip down, we'll go into the bathroom. You can weigh in the bathroom. It's not a problem, but just be prepared to cut weight if you have to, or pull up a class.
Yes, the qualifier. This is all for the East versus West qualifier and for the season opener. This is going to be for the points race, the $10,000 finale. It's all going towards this. You will earn your points per class, per hand, and they will follow you for the entirety of the season. Obviously, whoever has the most points in the class wins the prize money. little bit of, got a couple turning wheels at the same time. You have the East versus West qualifier that has its own finals. And then this is our season opener of our own. We have our own finals in December. So a little bit of a win-win. If you win both, you're obviously getting the points and the qualifier for both. But we'd love to see some Florida guys out here representing the East versus West. We intend to send a ton of them and send a bunch of out-of-towners home packing. But how cool would that be to have at least one guy other than Chance on the East versus West qualifier? That's ultimately the goal. We think this is going to be our biggest event we've ever done. Expecting a massive turnout. The gym, we've parking, early weigh-ins, the split schedule. Any other questions and concerns, phone numbers on the flyer. A lot of stuff happening day of. There's going to be a ton of commotion, people figuring it out. It's a little bit of a drive, leave early. The early weigh-ins are important. If you have that drive, you may be able to save yourself some time, be able to leave a little later if you've already weighed in. Other than that, the jerseys are mandatory. We have a $20-something shirt just like this that you can get and you can use for 11 events. These are the medals Chance is holding right here.
Nice.
Absolute massive custom cast. I mean, they don't get more one-off than that. It took a lot just to make these little things happen. I don't know if anyone here has ever had something custom cast. It's not cheap and it's not easy. So a lot of fine details coming down from our FAL official straps down to the whole merch line. We're going to have everything out there. Our new FAL multi-spinner, as long as all our other merch. This shit is getting big and it's going to keep getting bigger, but our first event is going to be representative of everything we do this season. So if you can, come on out and support, make the drive, come, cheer if your arm's fucked up, whatever it is. Everybody message Craig, wish Craig some good luck on busting Brandon Elsesser's ass.
Get it.
Hey,
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate
Good
it,
luck.
guys.
Out of town with nobody.
Yeah.
Hey,
You got this, Craig.
I was
Brandon's
thinking-
record against Floridians is really poor. Just remember
Yeah.
that.
He told me
Yeah.
on Saturday, he goes, and you're not bringing one of those Florida straps down. And I go, so just intentionally, I'm going to bring it down
Yeah, there you go.
and wear my jersey. I'll wear my jersey. Hopefully it throws them off. No, but
There it is.
I appreciate that. But I'm really kind of, wish I would have been at this event too, because I would have been the guy sneaking in, not doing the qualifier, and I would have been floating into the 220 class.
Yes.
Yep.
So, but anyway, yeah, I'm excited to see the finished product with what you guys have worked hard on, and I think it's amazing. And I wish Derek the best of luck with his match with Austin. That's going to be incredible.
Yeah, Derek, you better win that one.
Oh, dude, I hope it just looks like this.
That's what we want to see. Derek's basically a Floridian at heart, so
I need to come back out there. It's been around, man. I've been to Florida in a few years. I need to come back out there.
that's right. Last time he came down, he manhandled me in Artem for like 4 hours. It's fucking destructive. My elbows.
I used to
never
live in Florida. I stayed in Fort Myers for like a year and a half.
All right. Well, we move you into Polk County for about 6 weeks. You fucking balls deep, son. You'll turn into Tom Nelson in an hour.
It's humid out there. I don't know how you guys live. God, it's so humid.
That's why we're not as white as you.
That's true.
All red as
Yeah, I
hell.
want to work in like 30 minutes, right? I work at night. I stay indoors all day. No sun for me.
Speaking of Tom Nelson, he said he was coming down to a tournament this summer.
Oh, did he?
Good.
Yeah, he said he wanted to pull you actually, but
Yeah.
he said he was maybe coming down to that one in May at the expo one that you're having. He was
Hey, left-handed, that could be a good match. Tom Nelson and Chance.
He just had surgery on one of his shoulders. I can't remember which one. I think it might be his right. I think his left is good right now.
Okay. Yeah, because he was saying he's training.
Tom always says he's training.
I know. So you're right. Yeah, that's true.
That's like Daniel Worley.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's like Daniel Worley.
My left isn't terrible, but it's not ready for Tom Nelson.
Oh, you give him respect you never go full Nelson, son. You never go full Nelson.
But on the right, Tom will get smoked.
Look at that surgery, you dickhead.
Do what?
He's doing a sling.
He's like,
We're
well,
still smoking.
better luck
I
to
don't
you.
care. Prime Tom Nelson would get it.
I seen Prime Tom Nelson once beat Chris Chandler and Toddzilla.
Hey,
I'll smoke that dude.
Chance,
Okay.
what are your current thoughts on you versus Jerry?
Currently,
Yes.
I don't know
Dun,
how I
dun,
want to
dun.
answer this question.
What are your current thoughts? You guys have a
Dun,
match.
dun, dun, dun.
I've been
I
trying
still
to get
think
Jerry in here to get the.
I
back
still
and forth.
think today my odds are higher against Jerry than anyone else ranked ahead of me, as far as like me versus Dave Chafee, me versus Devin. Me versus Jerry is the only match where I truly see paths to victory. Jerry should be a heavy favorite against me. I think I can make him work really hard. I still think I could take at least a round from him, but yeah, I need to get a little bigger and stronger before I'm confident in that.
Like, just on that topic, who do you think I match up best with people ranked above me, stylistically?
Michael Todd.
I hate Paul and Mike. God, I hate Paul and Mike. I mean, I love it, but I hate it. I love what I hate.
I'd say Devin is the worst for you. I think Devin is the worst for any of us. Then
I really
for
wanna pull
you,
Dave, man. I really want to pull Dave. I really
Yeah.
just feel that.
yeah, Dave is just really strong. It's like
You think?
there's not really like if you can do this, it's just he's
Right.
really strong. You have to be really strong to be able to beat Dave.
That's
Yeah.
quite the
Unless you have
amount.
a king's move. It's just
Oh, we're gonna
What
get
does
him.
Derek Smith with a King's move look like?
How
That was
hilarious
pretty
would that
straight
be?
still.
World
if Derek Smith could figure out how to king's move with his 6'8" wingspan, he could be
I have the
beating
exact
Milan.
same elbow to two finger as Devin. We've measured a bunch of times. It's the exact same.
Okay.
So it looked something like Devin's, I guess, technically.
Except for goofier because you have to crouch really low.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh God, that would be horrifying. Imagine this giant ass and hiding on the table. Jesus.
You know how low you would have to drop at the table to get the king's move call? It'd be
too-
incredible.
He'd be
That's
sitting
too
on his
much meat.
ass.
Yeah.
His
I'll tell
knees
you right
are
now.
going to be underneath the other guy.
My final form, if I have my way, my final form is to be very push car-esque. Everything I train, everything is to be very post side. Like that's everything I want to be in my life. Push car, if you think about visually, I got into arm wrestling at first, I was like, oh, that's really basic. That guy arm wrestling is basic as shit. It's damn near like barroom arm wrestling. He's just smashing everyone. When you get into it, you think about how efficient and amazing his style was. Locked in his riser, pronator, like it was the most efficient move possible. But to be able to do it at that high level, so I have so much respect for Andre Pushkar's style. Like I want that badly. That's such a beastly style to arm wrestle. It's scary as shit too, people. I want to do that.
Hey, there's so much commitment.
Oh yeah.
So much fucking commitment. Everything with Pushkar was on the go.
It just makes you want to run. I can imagine gripping up and be like, oh my God, run, because you know that side pressure is coming straight down. Like run for your life.
How strong do you have to be to just tack someone pure sideways too? Normally you got to hit back for control and then you go sideways.
You gotta be strong on the ball.
Sideways on the go.
But I think all the static pressure you had to have in his rising and his pronation just on the setup and the posting ability to not get opened up at all and just crash sideways. Like everything had to be concrete, the whole chain. So it's like, it's super impressive. It's so impressive. And it's crazy that Saplenkov could catch that on a hook. Like that's fucking, that bicep, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, but that version of Saplenkov was a fucking monster too compared to this one. That it was
You guys
like
think John has anything for Dennis?
Huh?
You guys think John has anything for Dennis?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
You think John's gonna beat him, or you think he just has something for him?
John's gonna fucking beat him.
You think so?
I think John has something. I would be surprised if he wins a round.
Ooh.
Me too. I would go with Dennis for sure.
I gotta go with Dennis on that one as well.
I think Dennis
I'm
is
going
safe
Team
bet.
America all day.
I'll be
never
rooting
got
for
John out.
John, of course.
Of course, we're rooting for John.
I wonder, John's craziest strength is his ability to pronate. Is his ability to hold on to you, or if you're holding on to him, God help you. If you hold on to John, he starts doing this. It's hydraulic. It's the craziest feeling I've ever felt on anything. Other things are strong, but not that level of his pronation. So if Dennis holds on to John, they get in some kind of center table fight, John, I think, will be in it. I don't know if he'll be able to win it, but I think he'll be in it. If Dennis decides to try a rolling motion,
John's the only person I've ever seen from a full wrist to wrist, bone on bone hook can roll out of it at any moment he wants.
it's crazy. It
Listen,
feels.
when I don't,
feels
for me, when I'm in that fucking hook, dog, my pronation is all they're gone.
Mhm.
I mean, you can still pronate a little in the hand, but the ability to just fucking roll out,
It feels
Uh,
hydraulic, dude. It feels like
it makes it look like he's been toying with the guy the whole match suddenly.
Facts.
You'll just feel
Is
like
John stronger now, or was he stronger when he went against Saplenkov before?
Stronger back then.
Yeah, for sure, stronger back then.
Mm.
But it just feels weird because you're pulling with him. Like he feels very strong, high level and everything. But then that is just like, oh my God, what is that pressure? Just like everything else feels like, oh, maybe I could beat him in here, work with him in this angle. But then when he starts doing that, it's just, I don't know who's stronger than him in that. Every match you go back and watch, when someone starts holding on to John, he's able to start doing that. Everybody's hand goes. Everybody's. Doesn't matter. That's how I knew he was going to beat Petrenko. Right when I saw Petrenko pull left-handed against Zarab and went right into Zarab and threw him on the table, I'm like, oh my God, he's going to try that against John. He's going to go into John. And he did, right into John. John went, oh yeah, just destroyed his hand right away. And I knew it was going to happen. Right when I saw Petrenko pull left-handed, I knew John's going to destroy him. But, you know, it's that posting style. It's that way. Don't hold on to John. It's that King's move, that Angerbayev, that this is what John has trouble with. That really runaway high posting style. It's a problem.
Yeah, and it seems like Saplenkov has been doing a lot of this kind of arm wrestling.
Right.
So not holding on, just a lot of pronation through the bicep and then going sideways. I think that's not a bad way to beat John if you're strong enough.
But I always say I'll never bet against the GOAT. I always predict the GOAT to win, even if I'm wrong. I will always say the GOAT wins. So I will predict John wins.
Right.
Because he'll prove me wrong so many times. That's a safe bet. Always say John wins. Just always say
Yeah,
John.
I thought for sure he was in trouble with Corey, and somehow he sweat out that win. So
I love that match. I love that match so much, man. Because you get to see John push to the absolute limit. You get to see him having fun in his element, like having a great time right to the verge. That's like the best he could possibly do that day, right to his limit. That was a great match, man.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think he's going to throw him in a hook and win. Call me crazy.
Yeah, that's it. Easier said than done, right?
Right.
I think that's what John's going to do. I think at one of his lives, he says he feels stronger now than before.
What if Rich comes back, slaps Chance, and goes back to after Dennis Saplenkov, and we get to see another Rich Dennis Saplenkov match? Rich is like,
I don't
how
know.
sick would that be? I didn't even think about that. How sick would that be if Rich comes back like at
That would be absolutely incredible.
it would be amazing.
That would be crazy.
I'm rooting for Rich to come back in that kind of shape. Because the sad reality is if he comes back and I just destroy him, it's probably his last match.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the same thing that John told me. John told me if I beat him, that he would have retired. Like he would have quit pulling. So, you know, it's an unfortunate spot to be in, but I'm rooting for Rich to come in strong enough where he can do that. If Richard Lovekeys versus Saplenkov part 2 would be mega.
That would be sick. That would be so sick.
That would be the match right there.
Saying it.
What the?
All right,
What
guys,
are
I
you
gotta get
eating,
off here, man.
Trent?
I gotta get ready for work.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. All right, everybody. We'll see y'all Saturday on the 4th. Be there. Check the flyer for the weigh-ins. Come on out and support East vs. West Qualifier. We're sending somebody out to the finals. Might as well be you.
Get it.
See y'all, fellas.
All right, later, y'all.
Good
Hey,
luck,
guys.
Greg.
Later.
Thank you guys.